Welcome back to our channel. So last section we have been go through the 6 questions that is the more important, and we are going to follow up those questions. Let's start with the enumeration. So do you know the enumeration what it is? Enum has a associated value, raw value. What's the associated value? The associated value can be we can declare the data types that will need to be initiated or anything follow up in the cases. That's the associated type. Raw values represents to that what the values we have been declared as in the cases. And method and computer purpose are similar to the classes and struct. Conformance to the protocol, so it will be accept the protocols also. That's the major thing the enumeration having. So just I'm quickly sharing the what's the associated raw values. So I'm just going here. I'm just creating the enum. Here I'm creating the string. If without the string, if I'm trying to work means it has a lot of issues. Why? Because it doesn't have the representation of associated value. So I'm just going with the string. Now it will be deal with the what the things has been provided the case. It will be considered as a raw value as a string. See here I have declared a sleep well. Here the printer also sleep when I try to print the raw value. If I try to put the wake up, so it will take directly as a case. What's the case has a key, that will be a raw value. So just it's running, it's taking time, it's launching. Okay, so in the meanwhile time, please subscribe and hit like button for our video. For more upcoming session, it will be more helpful for some other people also. Okay, now the answer has been written as wake up. That's the thing, it's an associated value and raw value. So raw value represents its own keyword, that is thing. Associated value will be reflected as the what we have been declared here. Okay, jump to the point. And what's the difference between let and var? So let is a constant and var is a variable. We can able to change the value. That is called as mutable. Okay. Can a let constant reference a mutable object? Can a let constant reference a mutable object? So reference reflect to the class. Okay. So here what they have been implemented, class person, name string, int name string, and self-date name. So it is a basic initializer we have been declared, and right now we have been declared the let person equal person name dk. So if I am trying to change the name, whether it is a possible, think it here. It is a let. In let we can't able to change the value. That's the real truth behind the scenes. But this let person refers to the person, that is a class. Class purely defined as a reference type. So inside the reference type we are trying to change the name. So when we trying to access the name, it's we have been changing to David. Now when we try to print, it will be printed as a David. That's the they have been mentioning. But when you're trying to change with the let constant value type a mutable object, it will not reflect and it will not allow. So here they have been mentioned we can't able to recreate this thing. So it will be the initializer will be in a let, so we can't able to change, so it is not allowed. Okay, so as the last point I have been mentioned, what happens when you declare a reference type using let? The reference cannot point to another instance, but the property where can be changed. That's the thing what the example has been declared here. Okay, how do you create read only properties in Swift? How do you create read only properties? So read only reference to that only the variables can be read, it cannot be able to update or change. Okay, here we can able to create it in two types. One is let will be initialized only once time and it cannot be rechanged, that is they have been declared as let. And another thing is computer properties. So using let we can able to initialize once and it cannot be changed multiple times, so it will be considered as read only property. Now computer properties. So computer properties, every time it will be not declared with the values, it will be computed while we are trying to access the value. So when we are trying to access the value, it will be multiply 3.14 into, when we declare the radius as 1, it will be declared 3.14 into 1 into 1 and returns the answer 3.14. If it is a radius is 2 means it's 2 into 2 4, 4 into 3.14, it will be reflected as 12 point something. So it will be accessed and the value will be changed every time uh, while trying to access it. That's the computer property. Okay, what's the difference between using let and a computer property with only a get? What's the difference between using a let and a computer property with only a get? Okay, so the same thing. If I am trying to access, once it is initialized, it will be fixed. That is the let property. But in computer property, every time we can able to change, because here it's our, we have been returning int dot random in 1 to 100. So when I trying to click get the value, dynamic value, it will provide the value differently when I try to access every time. Example, I just go here. Okay, variable random value is int, with open closes we can able to declare it as a one, comma 2, comma 3, comma 4, 10. Now random element. Okay, I'm just using print random value, print. Okay, so I'm just removing the existing code. Here we have been using a properties, that is the computer property. Okay, so in the computer property I am trying to run. Now the answer will be varied in each time when it's trying to access the random value, because it will be accessed every time the new output will be generated. It's running, preparing to run YT, building, launching. So in the meanwhile time, subscribe our channel and provide whatever the things you're trying to clear here. So what's this? Okay, see here in random value it's printing in 9th line as 7 and in random value 10. So it will be changed automatically. It's a computer property. Computer means every time it will be calculated. Okay, that's the chain thing. How do you make a property read only property? That's the main important question you want to need to know every time when someone trick question asking you trickily. You will think about it's like a private or public and open class, like that you can think it as an access modifier. But here's a trick. How do you make a property read only outside the class but writable inside? So only we can able to read only, but inside we can able to write it. So the answer is use private set. Private set is we can able to set from the private itself, but not from the outside. That's the major thing. So please be remember on this thing. Okay, how does Swift support both value and reference type? So class is refers to the reference type and struct enum also refers to the value type. That's the difference major thing. And here you need to add another keyword, that is actors. Classes and actors, that refers to the reference type. In here the shared reference, it will be referred to that singleton. That's not needed right now. You can simply say structure name are the value type, classes and actors are referred to the reference type. Okay, I hope you have understand these topics right now. We have been going through this remaining topic by next video. Before that, if you need this kind of PDF from the list of questions I having right now, check my GitHub account and download the PDF and check it. Okay, uh, link on description. First of all, do subscribe the channel and support us. And while downloading from the GitHub, please make a star to represent for someone's. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.